The 100th meeting of the Battle of Brooklyn between the LIU Blackbirds and the St. Francis Terriers was not a happy one for our St. Francis Brooklyn Terriers as they lost 69-68 here at the Barclays Center. Hi, I'm Dexter Henry for the Terrier Sports Network, and it was a tough loss for the Terriers in this game, and this was a game of runs, a very exciting game, but the Terriers fell 1 point short in this game. Long Island University jumped out to a 29-18 lead in the first half. However, at the end of the first half, the Terriers would come on a 15-4 run. They would take a 1 point lead, 34-33, going into halftime, and things looked good for the Terriers, including at the start of the second half, where they jumped out to a 6-2 run. That opened it up, but then LIU came back with a run of their own. 14-4 was their run, and they took a huge lead, but the Terriers would respond. An 8-0 run got them back in the game, got them the lead up by 1, and after that, the game was back and forth. Both teams traded baskets, and the LIU Blackbirds got a bit of separation late. They went up by 5 points, 67-62, but then Brent Jones knocked down a huge three to make it a 2-point game. The Terriers would come up with a huge stop on the other end as they came up defensively, huge, and then they had a chance to tie it, but Wayne Martin was unable to convert, and the layup appeared like he got fouled, but there was no call. The Terriers were not in good position there once again. The Blackbirds hit 2 free throws. That was it. Ben Mockford had a 3 at the end of this contest, which made it a 1-point game, and that was your final score, 69-68. The Terriers fell to the Blackbirds here at the Barclays Center. For more on the Terriers, big game by Jalen Cannon and Ben Mockford. Mockford 17 points. Jalen Cannon had 15. We had our own Maria Fraschilla and Greg Alcala caught up with both players after this to talk to them about the tough loss in the Battle of Brooklyn.
Thanks, Dex. This is Greg Alcala of the Terrier Sports Network, and I'm here with Jalen Cannon following another Battle of Brooklyn where they lose 69-68. Now, Jalen, these games always produce a close game. It was a battle of runs today, but late into the game, a lot of close calls and a lot of questionable calls and lack thereof. Do you feel that those calls pretty much like produced the game that it was today and the outcome?
No, I believe that even though those calls went different ways, I mean, we still were in the game to begin with. So I believe that didn't change anything. We lost by 1. They played good, and we played our hardest, but we're gonna come out and prepare for Tuesday.
Now, this was the 100th game of the Battle of the Brooklyn, and you've been a part of a couple of these games, being a student and athlete here. How do you feel about this game, and where does it rank in the games that you've been a part of in the Battle of the Brooklyn series?
This one's probably like, I'd say top 2. You know, my freshman year it was pretty good. You know, and actually the one last year was pretty good too. I mean, this rivalry is very big. It's probably one of the biggest rivalries, and probably the closest rivalries, like within 5 to 10 minutes walking distance, that in college basketball.
Now, with the weather that it has been, one of the games got canceled, so they pushed it to Tuesday. So you don't have a lot of time to think or rest, and there's not a lot of games left in the rest of the season. So where's this team mentally in closing this season now and trying to get a playoff seed to have some fun in March?
You know, you got to take every win or loss and you learn from it. You know, you don't have enough time, like you said. We do a game each and every other day this week, so we're going to have to put this loss behind us and learn from it and get on with practice tomorrow and prepare for Tuesday and take care of our body with stretching and also doing like ice and stem and stuff like that.
All right. That was Jalen Cannon. I'm Greg Alcala. And that was the Terriers losing by 69-68. To you, Maria.
Thanks, Greg. I'm Maria Fraschilla, standing here with Ben Mockford after a 69-68 loss to LIU. You know, Ben, it was a very, very tough loss. You know, what was going through your mind the last 6 seconds when you shot that 3?
You know, we were trying to, we had a game plan at the end of the game. You know, Wayne took it to the basket, and he's been huge for us this year, finishing late in the clock and closing out games. He thought he saw an opening, he went, and unfortunately he didn't get the layup. But you know, obviously we all want the ball in the last seconds. You know, all of us guys. So, but you know, we trust in Wayne, and he took a layup. Unfortunately, it didn't fall tonight.
All right, and you know, this was the 100th game in the Battle of Brooklyn series history. Does this type of game have any more of an effect on you rather than the other conference and non-conference games?
Yeah, I mean, we try and approach the game the same way every time, but there's definitely a little more buzz, a little more energy around this game. But unfortunately, congratulations to LIU, and they got the win tonight.
And, you guys are missing a few key players. This played into your loss against Robert Morris, but you guys seem to have regrouped and you were closer to a win tonight. What did Coach tell you? Like, how did he get you guys psyched up for this game?
I mean, like I always say, same mindset. We come in with a defensive mindset, and that's what will win us games. 5 guys or a full team, it doesn't matter. As long as we got 5 guys on the court, we can win any ball game, and that's how we approach it.
And you guys have CCSU on Tuesday. How are you guys going to regroup and hopefully defeat them?
Yeah, I mean, we have a big week coming up. We only have one day in between each game this week. So, we're going to get in the gym tomorrow. They're another good team, a great team, really. And, we're going to get our game plan ready and get ready for that game.
Thanks, Ben. I'm Maria Fraschilla. This is Ben Mockford for the Terrier Sports Network. Back to you, Dex.
Thanks, Maria. Thanks, Greg. Great job by you guys, as always. Next up for the Terriers is a battle with Central Connecticut on Tuesday, where they will look to get things right back on track and end this 2-game losing streak. Once again, a tough loss for the Terriers, 69-68 here at the Barclays Center. For Maria Fraschilla, Greg Alcala, I'm Dexter Henry, signing off from the Barclays Center.